Hey guys, and welcome to my week 22 pregnancy vlog. I'm actually 23 weeks pregnant today, so I'm going to be talking about this past week and what has been going on in my pregnancy. If you can see here in my glasses, this glare, I'm using this light because it's nighttime and it's really dark in my house. And I'm trying to brighten up my videos, so please excuse the glare. So far I have gained 10 pounds this pregnancy, technically. I probably talk about this every single video, but at the beginning of my pregnancy at week 5, I believe I weighed 211 pounds, and then I ended up losing a whole ton of weight, and I went down to 205, 203 area, and the doctors only know me as starting as my weight as 205, so I'm going along with them. So I have gained 10 pounds so far in these 23 weeks, so I weigh 215. I know it's not a great number to be proud of, but I am overweight and it is what it is. So I had a high-risk doctor appointment on Tuesday. I have my high-risk appointment every 2 weeks because they like to check my blood sugars and listen to the baby's heartbeat and whatnot. My blood sugars have been really good, and I did up my dose a little bit of insulin at night because my fasting sugars aren't that great. They're in like the 90 range, but my doctor would like to see my levels to go lower. So upped my insulin a little bit. Heartbeat was really good. He did not tell me what the heart rate was, but I believe him. And he said everything is going great. So I see him again in a week, and then I see my OB in a week. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about my symptoms so far. I have a lot of symptoms this past week, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have my iPad here with all my notes on it. So the first thing I noted was that I have a hairy belly, and normally I do have hair on my stomach when I'm not pregnant, but especially in pregnancy, I don't know if it's because I'm pregnant with another boy, but I have these really dark, thick hairs that go around my belly button, and it's really embarrassing and it's really gross. And I actually end up shaving them because it's not attractive at all. But a hairy belly is one of my complaints for this week. Also, I've had some bloating. I get bloating every now and then. It's not every day, but like I've talked about in my previous pregnancy vlogs, I guess since the baby's getting bigger, I feel this full feeling in my upper stomach, and yeah, it's just a terrible, full, bloated feeling. I've been having some shortness of breath. As I'm talking right now, I kind of have to breathe in deeply and more frequently. I guess because the baby's getting bigger and he's pushing everything upwards into my lungs, and I have to, take more breaths. One thing that really scared me this past week was I had some cramping and lower back pain. It happened last weekend, I want to say. So it's almost been a week. It was at the beginning of when I turned 22 weeks. So I had this cramping. It almost felt like contractions. It wasn't a consistent cramp, but every 3 to 4 minutes I would get this tight feeling in my stomach and this painful cramp feeling, like I said, like contractions. And I also had this back pain. Now this has happened to me before when I was pregnant with Liam, and I was really concerned, so I went to the ER, not the ER, I went to labor and delivery, and they told me I was dehydrated and I was having contractions, because of it. So I knew what to do this time. I laid on my left side, I drank lots of water, I took some Tylenol, and within about an hour and 30 minutes, the cramping and back pain went away. So I need to remind myself to drink more water, which is a pain in the butt because when I drink water, I have to pee a lot. I can drink juice, I can drink soda. Oh no, I know I'm not supposed to drink soda, I'm terrible. But anyway, I do drink soda and I do drink juice. And when I drink those things, I don't have to pee as often. But when I drink water, it's like the floodgates open and I am peeing every 30 minutes. So it's really, really annoying, but I need to drink more water. Another thing I have noticed this week is Braxton Hicks. Some are more severe than others. Let me just talk about some TMI stuff for a minute. So if you don't want to hear this TMI stuff, please fast forward a minute or so and then you won't have to hear it. But the main time I get Braxton Hicks is after sex, like after I climax, I get a contraction and my stomach gets really, really hard. There's no pain. It just happens. And I heard it's really common to get Braxton Hicks after you orgasm. So it does happen to me and it's nothing to worry about. But yeah. I do get Braxton Hicks contractions maybe once or twice a day, probably not that often, but I do get them sometimes. My stomach doesn't get as hard at it as it would, what I just talked about, but it does get a little hard and I do feel this tightening feeling, which I've been having this symptom a whole week and it kind of concerns me because I've never felt it before, but sometimes my stomach feels like it's in a continuous Braxton Hicks contraction. My stomach doesn't get hard, but it feels like my uterus is it's like it's being squeezed into a ball and it kind of hurts. It's kind of uncomfortable. I don't know if baby's just scrunching up in a ball. I don't know if he's like pushing outwards into my uterus. I don't know what's going on there, but it's kind of weird and it's very uncomfortable. Another thing that I noticed this week was darkening of certain areas. I have super dark nipples now. Usually they're pink and now they're like brown. And that is caused by increased hormones and blood flow and all those things. So it's common, just in case you guys are wondering, it does happen. Something that happened recently is that I started breaking out all along here and all along here. Now normally I don't have any breakouts. You can see all right here and some up here. Usually I don't break out on my chin, or not darkly in the middle. I never break out on my forehead. I usually have breakouts on the side here and maybe on the sides of my chin, but these right here and right here I've never had before, so that's a new symptom for me. And maybe because I've been wearing makeup a lot. I do take my makeup off at the end of the night and I wash with face cream and all that good stuff. But yeah, breakouts. And I think that's about it for symptoms this week. I know I said it's a lot of symptoms, but it's more than I'm used to. Usually I can just fly by the week without noticing anything, but this week I had quite a few things to talk about. The baby has been moving like crazy. I feel him moving at least 6 times a day, and this feeling is so new to me. It's like I'm pregnant for the first time, because I never felt this with Liam. I had an anterior placenta with him, and I just don't know why I never had this feeling before. But to me, his kicks are so strong. They're very uncomfortable sometimes. They even hurt sometimes. Most of the time, they catch me off guard, and it's really crazy. And yeah, it's so new to me, and it's so weird to think that I've never experienced this with Liam, and it's like the first time that I'm dealing with this. The feelings are not just kicks anymore, but I can feel like body parts moving around. Last night I went to Dairy Queen's because I really love ice cream, and I got a banana split, and when I got home about 2 hours later, Caleb was cutting up in there. He was kicking left and right, and I could feel things moving around. And last night, for the first time, my husband got to feel Caleb moving on the outside. Usually Caleb is very shy, and every time I try to get a video, or every time I try to get my husband to feel him from the outside, he stops moving. But last night he was just off the wall, and he was crazy. So my husband got to feel him moving a little bit. Not only can you feel the kicks, but you can feel the actual like squirming and movement from the outside. So that was really exciting. I know it feels completely different to me than it does for him, but yeah, that was also something new this week. So I think that's about it for my pregnancy update. As always, I'm going to insert a belly shot. I feel like I'm growing every day, and I'm going to be huge by the time this pregnancy is over with. As always, I want to thank all my new subscribers. I am almost at the 100 subscriber mark, so whenever that does happen, I know, like I talked in the past, I was gonna host a giveaway, and I still plan on doing that. Once I hit 100 subscribers, start looking out for the giveaway and what you have to do to enter. Please like and share all my videos. Make sure you get people to subscribe to me so you can have a chance to win in the giveaway. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert my belly shot for the week, and I will see you in a little bit. That was my belly shot for week 22. I feel like I am absolutely huge already. I can't imagine what my belly is going to look like in a few weeks, in a few months. Next week I will officially be 6 months pregnant. My pregnancy is absolutely flying by. But that is all for this week, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.